Hey, hello, it's Robin Da Vinci, the Money Lady, and today I'm going to give you my take on DOGE, D-O-G-E, which stands for Department of Government Efficiency. And please understand that in my heart, I believe in government efficiency. So I'm not troubled with someone doing exhaustive research to see if each department in the government, whether it be city, county, state, or federal, I don't have any problem with anybody looking at it and researching it. I do have a problem with people coming in and wholesale getting rid of departments and firing people and laying people off. I have a real problem with that because it hasn't been researched enough. And even though we want to treat the government like it's some big corporation, we really can't do that, okay? I know you want to, and I know you think, oh, a businessman coming in and wiping out all these inefficiencies. What's going to happen is we're going to find that there's going to be regret in what we've done, especially with research and medical and not having the proper people in the FA and losing air traffic controllers. So there is a way to make government more efficient. And I've heard the statement that we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off and get rid of all of it. Well, that is harmful to the economy of the United States because that puts just millions of people out of work and on federal unemployment. So while we're eliminating salaries, we're putting them on federal unemployment. So we're sort of switching, and we're going to have them on federal unemployment for probably 18 months. So we needed to look and see if these departments needed thinning out, but not destroying, because nobody's been in office long enough to actually see how these departments work. So I want to go to the Social Security discrepancy that happened recently, where they thought that they found trillions of, I think the word trillion is a lot, where they found that there were all these Social Security checks or accounts with 1875 on them, which is 1875. Now, the explanation for that at first was that all these people are getting money that they don't deserve in Social Security. But really what it was, 1875 meant that they had no birth date that they could hook up with their Social Security number. And see, back a long time ago when Social Security was set up, we didn't have computers, so we couldn't match anything. So we were taking people's word for it. The only way you got Social Security was by going into the office and by standing there with your birth certificate and your driver's license or whatever and proving what age you were. And, you had to jump through hoops. But now that it's streamlined, if you even hire somebody who's undocumented and you put in their Social Security number and their birth date and it doesn't match up, it goes into the no, you're never getting Social Security back. See, what they didn't know in the 80s, and I need you to understand this, President Ronald Reagan at the time did a 12 million person amnesty program for the Mexicans that had come into this country illegally. And he let all 12 million Mexicans apply for citizenship, gave them amnesty, and allowed them to stay here. And why did he do that? Because he realized how much money the lovely Mexicans were bringing into the economy. And even if they had a fake Social Security number, they were actually getting money taken out of their check that was going to Social Security, but they were never collecting it. So in the 80s, they discovered this incredible amount of income that was coming in, but was never going out. So they were using that money. And unfortunately, Social Security is a trust fund. It's like it's on the balance sheet books and it's not supposed to be used as income. The part that the employer pays to match what you put in, that's the government's income. And that's what the corporate CEOs are trying to avoid. They want this administration to get rid of payroll tax. So that is, they're not matching your Social Security. However, the tax that the employer pays is actually income to the government. It's just like when I pay income tax, it's income to the government. So people are getting all crazed about it's so hard for me to say that, Social Security, but indeed, it's relatively protected. It didn't used to be, but it is now. Same with welfare. It used to be able to go to 8 different welfare offices and apply to 8 different times with 8 different names and get it. But now that computers have come in and there's such scrutiny, that's not happening as much. Okay, so DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. It actually should be someone that's familiar, like for 40 years with the government, doing the research to see what departments can be eliminated or what departments can lay off some people. But to go in quickly and and do that will not work. It will cause a down cycle that we can't recover from. It's like trying to put toothpaste back in a tube. Once you make all these cuts and you destroy all these departments and you say you eliminate parks and recreation, you eliminate this, you're really harming the people that had those jobs who did valuable work. So what I want to address here too with Dodge is stop saying that the people who are doing the work are either insignificant, wasteful, or not necessary. I'm sorry, but I could name a lot of people in government that aren't the day-to-day workers that are harmful, unnecessary, and irrelevant. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say keep the jobs, research the departments, bring in people who actually have no gripe against the former administration or against this administration, neutral parties that come in and analyze what's going on. And they say, you know what, this department actually has no effect on the government. We might want to eliminate that. Or see if somebody else actually is short on people that is vital to the government. We need to add to that. So when I see government efficiency, I don't see destroy the government. I see, okay, I'm on board. Let's make the government more efficient. But let's stop being crude and rude and hurtful to the people that have been working a long time. There may be some slouches in every department. We know there are slouches in every family. We know there are slouches in city government and county government in different departments. But the majority of the people work hard, have families, and just want to live their lives. So government efficiency should not mean like government exclusivity and not having anybody in there that can analyze the good and bad of each department. Like eliminating the Department of Education without understanding what the Department of Education does. People believe, oh, the Department of Education, public schools suck. They're not even in charge of public schools. They're more about student loans and funding and all of those things. So don't harm the schools. Public schools are amazing if we want an ignorant populace. So anyway, I believe in government efficiency, and I can't imagine anybody on the planet not saying, oh, we'd like our government to run more efficiently, but we don't want the government to be dictatorial and take jobs away arbitrarily without any backup. Honestly, we should have been having, and we do have watchdog groups. They should have been investigating all the time if these departments are efficient, right? I mean, we're not Amazon, we're not Tesla. You don't get to just go in and fire people. And for some reason, there is a group of Americans who believe that other people should just be fired. Now, what if one of you who love everybody getting fired and are harmed and people being departed, what if it was you and you arrogantly sitting there going, well, it's never going to be me. I'm important. Who's going to take care of so many vital jobs when we start doing this elimination and this downright rude elimination? You can call it government efficiency, and I'm pro-government efficiency, but we are eliminating people in a very rude way, and we're doing things that just aren't comfortable and aren't constitutional and are not the American way. We thrive on a middle class, and we're eliminating the entire middle class. And why people want billionaires in charge, I don't know. Billionaires are very self-centered. Anyway, that's my take on Doge or Dodge, whatever it is, Department of Government Efficiency. I want to see who's in Doge, who are the people, how many people are on that committee or in that, and how much they're being paid, and can we slice them back, and are they being efficient? So now you've heard my take on Doge or Dodge, which is Department of Government Efficiency. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, what your take on Doge is and how it's going to work, and are you affected by it? I would like to know who makes up the Department of Government Efficiency and how can we check on their efficiency. So like and subscribe. Signing off. Thanks so much.